Hey everyone, it's Rachel at Queen Vacuum in Shrewsbury, and I want to apologize. I haven't done a video in like a million years. Crazy year, we know. But I've really failed to keep you updated on something very important, an update for Miele, and that is the launch of their new battery operated stick vacuum called the TriFlex. Ta-da! Yeah, it's super cool. We've been getting so many questions about this category of product. We see the market really flooded with these battery operated stick vacuums that are like basically a hand vac with a long extension stick and a motorized power brush at the bottom. It's really a convenience product category, and like I said, the market is flooded with them. We see them a lot on TV. The Dysons, just about everyone and their brother is making them now. And so now, yes, Miele has joined the club. They've been working on it for a really, really long time. As always, they're kind of slow to come to the market, making sure that all the bugs are worked out of something before they give it to people. So that's a good thing. But the main question I've been getting is, why is the TriFlex different than the rest of them on the market? And also I get the question about what is my general feeling about this category of a vacuum cleaner at all? Because there's some misconceptions out there. I think a lot of these products are advertised to people as a replacement for their big, heavy, clunky, normal, everyday vacuum cleaner. And that's where we would professionally disagree. We still think of these as a convenience product, as a supplement to your normal big vacuum, you know, the real heavy duty cleaning machine, obviously like your Miele canister or your full-sized upright, something that you'll use maybe once or twice a week to really deep clean your carpets, do your bare floors well, and all the above floor dusting. So to answer that second question, our general feeling is to use these as a supplement, not a replacement for your real vacuum, unless, I don't know, it's like a cabana, a dorm, you know, something like that where you're super, super limited on space. Keep in mind, this entire category, they're quite expensive for what they are, and they're still not as highly powered as a full-blown plugged-in vacuum cleaner, with rare exceptions. So do keep that in mind. The other thing is that as a convenience product, there is a benefit to using them. So again, this goes into that second question. There is benefit to using something like these for the quick pickup, you know, say kitchen crumbs, the food crumbs around the dining room table and in the kitchen, stuff that tracks in from the front door, like by us, by your pets, those kind of things that happen constantly throughout the day and that are also quite messy, that tend to get ground in, trapped through the house. So the answer is, if you can get to that stuff very, very quickly before it tracks and grinds in, and it's very simple, easy, convenient, light for you to do that, yay. I use the TriFlex 20 times a day as people come in, you know, through the front door. Sometimes their vacuums come in and leave a little accident on the little throw rugs here. So I'm using that constantly to keep the storefront clean and maintained. At the end of the day, I will use my big C3 canister to really deep clean everything. But this definitely helps me throughout the day. And of course, at home, it does the same thing too. I like using things like these in one respect because some of that stuff, like I said, is food crumbs. It's gross protein-based particulate that, if sucked up in the bag or the canister of the big vacuum, it's going to sit in there for a while, kind of slime its way through the hoses and ductwork of the big vacuum, and can cause some odor and a little bit of decay and yuckiness. So using these as a supplement to that can kind of help keep that cleaner and fresher, because they're all small capacity. This dirt bin you're going to empty out pretty much every time you use it, and there's not a lot of travel, at least not travel through corrugated tubing that's going to accumulate those particles and not release them over the years. So there is a benefit if you use it like strategizing. Using these little guys for that kind of cleanup, I think is probably a wise thing. I think in that respect, every house should have one. But you just, again, use it for those things, and don't have the wildest expectations. And definitely use it as a supplement. So kind of a long answer to that second question. I hope that helps. One thing you got to keep in mind is that all of these are also going to be bagless. So you know how, if you've watched our videos at all, or you come into our store and asked our opinion personally, you know that we're not the biggest fans of bagless products in general. Most of our customer base are people that suffer very, very seriously with allergies. So allergen capture is a big deal, but also allergen exposure, meaning what happens to all the dirt you've collected, what happens when you got to take care of it. In a bag machine, obviously that's well contained and sealed away from you. You can very hygienically and easily and quickly dispose of that concentrated contaminant, again, in a hygienic way. These, although they empty easily, you're still going to have loose particulate coming out that you are kind of exposed to, and it's going to be loose in the garbage can if you're not careful. So you do need to keep in mind that, especially if you're an allergy sufferer, these still may not be an appropriate fit for you if you're the one having to maintain the vacuum, okay? So keep that in mind as well. They all empty a little differently, so there are going to be some subtle differences in how well you're protected from the yuckies, but just again, it is going to be bagless, okay? So back to the first question about what makes the TriFlex different than all the other guys. And the number one thing is, see how this is oriented, okay? This main power unit, see how this is oriented on the lower part of the body? Your handle's up here. What that does is keeps the center of gravity of the vacuum cleaner very, very low. So as light as these are, it feels perceptually even lighter because the center of gravity is so low. Now, most stick vacs you see are oriented, see like here, okay, where the power unit's up top. See, they all start as a hand vac, okay, a powerful hand vac. Most of them have the power unit up top here, long stick, and then the little power nozzle for the floor down here, okay? TriFlex can be oriented in that way too. They call that reach mode. It's very handy, but that puts that hand weight up here. It feels heavier, and you're gonna feel a little bit of exhaust kind of blowing on you, right? So it has its purposes to get in between stuff, underneath the bed, the dining room table, the coffee table, all that stuff. Super, super handy. But it's gonna feel heavier and kind of tire your hand out and your arm a little bit. So using it in an opposite configuration, because the wand can switch places where it plugs in onto the hand vac, so you can use it in what they call comfort mode. And I would say that's probably the number one difference, aside from just the general quality that Miele offers, which is mind-blowing, and product support and all that stuff. That's, I would say, the most number one obvious and just awesome feature that the TriFlex offers above all the other ones on the market. Okay, it's a huge deal. The feel, you just have to feel it. You'll see the difference. It's just much more comfortable. And the other thing too is the cleaning performance. For what it is, holy smokes, it's so good and exceptionally good on carpets. That was a surprise to me. These all do pretty well on bare floors, but the carpet cleaning is usually really lame. This thing's amazing. And again, I'll do a video breaking this down more, but you have multiple suction speeds. On the maximum power speed, the brush goes into what I call adaptive mode, and that when it actually encounters a rug, the power nozzle boosts up and adds extra rotation speed to that brush roller so that it picks up on the carpets really well. It just takes a second and it just, you feel it like take off. You can hear it, you can feel the performance. It's remarkable. And then when it comes off the rug, it will slow the brush back down so that it's the appropriate speed for cleaning bare floors, and that also saves battery life. So it's just so simple, but it's very smart and extremely effective. So I'll stop it right there, guys. Again, I will go into more about the details of this later on. You know, how easy it is to maintain the brush roller, you know, no tools, just, you know, how to reconfigure it, you know, how to use it in all the different ways that you can, maintaining the filter. We'll go into that another time, but just suffice it to say, it is super cool. It has its place. Most of the people buying the TriFlexes are people that already have a Miele vacuum, and they just love having something that's extra easy to grab for the filling in throughout the day. So I recommend you come down and try it. Make an appointment on queenvacuum.com, and you can just set aside some time for a quick demo. And yeah, because the demand's still really high too, so we're trying to manage inventory. The demand's really high. There's still a lot of shortages out there in the world from the manufacturers. So if you're very interested, please do call us, make an appointment, and we'll try to make sure we have the product in stock for you when you come down. But I love it, and it's super cool. I think you'll love it too. And yeah, give us a call. Go on queenvacuum.com to learn more. Otherwise, be safe, be well, and we all are excited to see you hopefully sometime soon. Mwah.